time you get this. All right, so let's talk about what setup of this was like. First, you are going to need to download the app to your smartphone, either through Google Play or your iOS store. And when you first open it up, the first thing it's going to ask you is it's going to say you need to allow location permissions during setup. You can turn them off afterwards, which I really appreciate that it only requests this during setup. And in fact, I can state that I did go back and remove the permission after I was set up, and this works perfectly fine. After that, it gives you a little privacy policy statement, which is nice. Moving on, it lets you know that this device operates on 2.4 gigahertz as opposed to the 5 gigahertz spectrum, which is fine because you don't need this to actually have faster speeds. You need it to have longer range. And I will say one of the interesting things is that the sensor that sits inside of your dryer does not actually stay connected to Wi-Fi. That was one of my concerns because the watch battery that's in here, I figured would die like that if it was constantly attached to the Wi-Fi network. Realistically, your hub here is what is attached to the Wi-Fi network, and this only periodically pings it during either dry cycles or when it stops spinning. The rest of the time, these two aren't talking to each other, which saves this battery quite a lot. In fact, if your dryer is not running at all, it's not sending any data to the hub. And I have actually unplugged this hub when not in use. So, you know, the one day a week I do the drying, I plug this back in. So once you've established that you have a 2.4 gigahertz network for it, you move on and it tells you that the hub should be no more than 10 to 15 feet away. For most people, they have a plug that their dryer is plugged into. You can plug this into the other socket as long as it's not being utilized by your washer. Or you're not using an electric dryer that has a much higher voltage than what this can handle. After that, it tells you need to remove the paper tag that's behind the battery. This is where I said before, make sure that you don't tighten down the screws beforehand because then that will be a little tricky and I had to go back and I had to unscrew it to actually get the paper tag removed. After that, what it's going to do is it's going to scan for this sensor. Now for me, I had to do this twice. It didn't pick it up the first time. They call it provisioning, which is having these two talk. I had to provision twice in order to find my hub. Once it showed up on the app, it asks you for the Wi-Fi network credentials, so whatever network you're going to put this on, and after that, you're done. It's attached to your Wi-Fi network, and you can successfully use this. Now, it does also attach itself to Amazon Echo devices if you want. There is an extra step for that. I'll talk about that a little later. Once you've connected the device to your network, it then walks you through actual placement of the device. And then the last step is if you wanted to do the Amazon Echo integration. Now, myself, I did do this for the first couple of weeks that we had it. I wasn't as thrilled with the Echo integration. You can ask your Echo, is my dryer running? Is my dryer done? And you get a message that's sent to your account that blinks all of your Echo devices green, letting you know that the dryer is either done or the clothes in it are dry. Didn't find that feature as helpful as I thought it would be, so I just kind of let the app on my phone let me know when things are actually done. Now that was